Have you ever wondered what you would do if one day your greatest strength became your greatest weakness? This is the story of someone who faced that dilemma and discovered a hidden power that changed everything. Don't miss it, as the ending may surprise you. Raion, the tiger everyone knew as the protector of the forest, was about to face a challenge that would change his life forever. He didn't know it yet, but his greatest weakness would become the key to his greatest victory. What would happen if one day the strength that had always defined him disappeared? Would he find a new way to lead and protect those who depended on him? Get ready to discover how Raion, the indomitable, would become an even more powerful leader, even without his sharp claws. For years, Raion had been the symbol of strength and courage in his land. No predator dared to cross his path, and all the animals knew that with him around, they were safe. But something was about to change. An unexpected pain began to weaken his paws, and what was once his greatest ability now became an unbearable burden. What could happen when the strongest of the strong is forced to confront his own vulnerability? Isolated in his cave, Raion tried to hide his new reality. He distanced himself from the other animals, fearing they would discover his weakness. How could he continue to be the protector of the forest if he could barely walk? The pain was not only physical. His pride and identity were at stake. In the darkness of his cave, Raion began to question his role in the world. What happens when the one who always protected now needs to be protected for the first time? As Raion wrestled with his new reality, an unexpected visitor appeared at the entrance of his cave. The nightingale, with its gentle song, brought a message that would change the course of history. Its words pierced deeply into the tiger's heart, suggesting that perhaps his true strength lay beyond his claws and muscles. What if, instead of fighting against his weakness, Raion found a new path, a path where his mind and spirit became his greatest weapons? This story shows us that true leadership is not based solely on brute strength, but on the ability to adapt, learn, and grow even in the face of adversity. Raion was about to discover a hidden power, a power that would forever change the way he viewed the world and himself. Get ready to follow this journey of overcoming, where the unexpected becomes the key to transformation, and where true strength is revealed when everything seems lost. As each day passed, the pain in Raion's paws grew worse. The tiger, who once roamed his forest with agility and strength, could now barely walk. The animals he protected began to notice his absence, and rumors spread that the great protector was disappearing. Consumed by the shame of his weakness, Raion isolated himself further, believing that without his physical strength, he had no value. The once vibrant and safe forest started to be invaded by predators sensing the absence of their guardian. Raion knew something had to be done, but he felt powerless. One lonely night, as the full moon illuminated the entrance of his cave, Raion heard the soft song of a nightingale. Intrigued, he called the small bird to him. The nightingale, with its melodious voice, asked the tiger why he, the greatest of all, was hiding in the shadows. With a deep sigh, Raion confessed his pain and fear. He admitted that without his strength, he felt he had lost his identity, his purpose. The nightingale listened attentively and wisely suggested that perhaps Raion's true strength wasn't in his claws but in his ability to guide and inspire. The nightingale's words awakened something in Raion. For the first time, he considered that his weakness could actually be an opportunity. What if he could protect the forest in a new way? What if, instead of leading with physical strength, he could use his intelligence and experience to coordinate a more strategic defense? Determined to try, Raion began to observe his forest from a higher point, studying the predator's movements and thinking of ways to protect the animals without directly confronting the danger. Over time, Raion started sharing his ideas with the other animals, teaching them how to defend themselves and work together. He became a mentor, a strategist, using the wisdom he had gained over the years to protect the forest more effectively than ever before. Though his claws were no longer as sharp and his paws no longer as strong, Raion discovered that his true greatness lay in his mind and in his ability to inspire others to be strong on their own. The forest, which once seemed lost, began to flourish again, and Raion saw himself not as a weakened tiger but as a renewed leader. As each day passed, Raion continued to guide the animals of the forest with a renewed sense of purpose. But the real test of his leadership was about to unfold. One afternoon, while watching over the forest, Raion noticed a shadow moving swiftly among the trees. It was a pack of wolves, much larger and more organized than any threat the forest had ever faced. The wolves advanced with determination, ready to dominate and destroy everything in their path. Raion's heart raced as he realized that his strategy would be pushed to its limits. Knowing he couldn't face the wolves physically, Raion quickly gathered the animals of the forest. He assigned each one a specific role in the defense, utilizing their natural abilities. The monkeys, agile and quick, were tasked with confusing the wolves from the treetops, throwing fruits and branches to disorient them. The deer, with their speed, were to lead the wolves to an area where they could be surrounded. The elephants, with their immense strength, were the final line of defense, ready to block any escape attempts. Every animal, even the smallest, had an essential role in this plan, and all trusted Raion's wisdom to lead them. When the wolves finally attacked, the forest responded with unexpected strength. The wolves, accustomed to hunting in packs, were taken aback by the organized resistance of the animals. Raion, watching from his vantage point, saw that his strategy was working, but he knew the battle wasn't over yet. Amidst the chaos of the fight, one of the fiercest wolves managed to escape the trap and headed towards the cave where the young animals were hidden. Raion felt a wave of despair. Even without his former physical strength, he knew he couldn't allow the wolf to reach the young ones. With unyielding determination, Raion quickly descended from his post and ran towards the cave, ignoring the pain in his paws. As the wolf was about to strike, Raion, with a powerful roar, diverted the predator's attention to himself. Though weakened, he used all his cunning to outmaneuver the wolf, leading it into a natural trap he had prepared. The wolf, caught off guard, was captured by the other animals, and the threat was finally neutralized. Raion, exhausted but victorious, realized that his true strength lay not in his claws but in his ability to protect others with wisdom and courage, even when all seemed lost. With the wolves finally defeated, a reverent silence filled the forest. The animals, still breathless from the battle, gathered around Raion, gazing at him with admiration and respect. They honored not just the victory but also the leadership he had shown, even in the most challenging circumstances. Raion, once overwhelmed by his physical weakness, now understood that his true power lay in his ability to inspire and guide others. He had protected the forest not with brute force, but with intelligence, courage, and a deep love for those who depended on him. Feeling the weight of the battle on his body but the lightness of victory in his heart, Raion approached the young ones he had protected in the cave. The small animals, once frightened, ran to him, nestling into his paws with a tenderness Raion had never experienced before. He realized that true strength is not just in who is the strongest but in who can protect and care for the most vulnerable. At that moment, Raion found a new purpose, one that did not rely on physical strength but on his ability to love and lead with wisdom. In the days that followed, the forest began to flourish again. Inspired by Raion's leadership, the animals started collaborating more with one another, creating an even more united and strong community. Raion continued to play his role as protector, but now in a different way. He dedicated himself to teaching the younger ones, sharing his wisdom, and ensuring that everyone in the forest knew that even in the worst adversities, there is always a way to win if we remain united and believe in our ability to overcome challenges. Raion's reputation as the protector of the forest evolved, but in an even more grandiose way. He was no longer seen just as the powerful and invincible tiger, but as a leader who, even facing his own limitations, managed to guide others with courage and intelligence. Raion had discovered that true power doesn't reside in claws or brute strength, but in wisdom, resilience, and the ability to love and protect those around you. And so, he found the peace he had long sought, knowing that his legacy would not only be one of strength but of inspiration and leadership for future generations. After the victory, Raion felt a deep inner transformation. The battle not only proved the effectiveness of his strategy, but also revealed a new aspect of his leadership that he had never considered. As he looked at the animals around him, all safe and united, Raion realized that his true strength did not lie in his claws or the swiftness of his movements, but in his ability to inspire confidence and courage in others. This new understanding brought him a sense of peace that he had not experienced since before his physical strength began to wane. Raion began to understand that the ability to adapt to change was, in fact, one of the greatest virtues a leader could have. Instead of clinging to the past, he found strength in accepting his new limitations and the possibilities that arose from them. He learned that leadership is not just about commanding in times of strength, but also about guiding with wisdom during moments of weakness. This ability to adapt, to lead with heart, became his new weapon, more powerful than any physical strength he had ever possessed. With a light heart and eyes shining with gratitude, Raion shared his reflection with the nightingale, who had been a catalyst for this change. "The power that truly matters," Raion said, "is not the one we use to dominate or control, but the one that allows us to grow, learn, and help others find their own strength. Accepting my weaknesses did not make me less but stronger, for I now understand the value of resilience and wisdom." The nightingale listened attentively, knowing that these words marked the birth of a renewed leader whose influence would extend far beyond the borders of the forest. As Raion continued to lead the forest, he became a symbol of wisdom and empathy. The animals began to seek him out not just for his strength, but for the clarity of his ideas and the way he could see the potential in each of them. Raion had discovered that true leadership came from the mind and heart, from the ability to guide others not by the strength of claws, but by the depth of understanding and compassion. This was the most valuable lesson he could have learned, and one that he now shared with everyone, ensuring that the forest thrived under a new era of unity and wisdom. Just like Raion, we can discover a strength we never knew we had when we face our greatest challenges. If you've ever felt that your greatest strength became your weakness, know that there may be a new path forward. Share your story in the comments, and I'll reply with a message of encouragement. If this story resonated with you, subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories.